Well, clearly the health institutions would certainly have the greatest database of information on ailments of patients who need to be treated, of risk profiles of individuals, and therefore from a purely capacity perspective, there is enough to offer a starting point. If you had to do so otherwise, then it becomes slightly more challenging if that's what you're asking. Jamaica lends itself readily to this type of research, and it depends on the research, obviously. We are a country that has a number of ailments that provides enough persons who would be interested in finding solutions and would be interested in participating in trials. So, for example, if you look at the Aedes aegypti mosquito and viruses like Zika, chikungunya, and so on, I mean, we've had quite a number of Jamaicans who have had to deal with that because of the challenges we face in our country. Sickle cell, similarly so. We've had a number of Jamaicans who have suffered from that. In addition to that, we have had a history of treatment, which could form part of the background information to support the development of new methods and new approaches because we have had the person. And I think that is also positive. Thirdly, as I said earlier, healthcare training and administration in Jamaica, I think, is one of our better advantages, given the University of the West Indies and all the other institutions that have actually been a part of training healthcare professionals. The exposure of those healthcare professionals to North America, to Europe, also lends them to be readily more accessible and available. So when you combine all of that, all of those issues, then we certainly have the marketplace to offer those trials. Now, once we get the ethical part of it right, we do it in a way that has a protocol that protects the right of all the individuals, then basically what we're doing is doing a service not just to our country but to the world. And we have always seen ourselves as a country that, even small, but likes to project in trying to find solutions and lend our voice to a number of issues in the world. And in healthcare, it's no different. Well, as I said earlier, we want to look at the mosquito, Aedes aegypti, and we intend to establish a unit specifically focused on that vector. The issue becomes to developing an agenda for applied research to determine how you, understanding the vector, how you control the population, neutralize its impact and effectiveness. So yes, that's one that's on the radar immediately. But I know in the medical sciences field there is a discussion on a number of other areas, but I'm not as privy to those discussions as the one that I've just mentioned.